evening. This is the video newsletter for Buy Sell Short for Thursday, January 27th. Very nice day. Actually, the last couple of days have been very nice for our small caps. Market slightly up, which is perfect for our kind of stocks. We had the Fed meeting yesterday. Perfect Fed statement. Market positive. Everything they said in the statement, very positive for the market. Unanimous decision. First time Reason Honig is no longer a voting member for the FOMC, but the two new guys who are voting members have been sort of bearish over the last few months, and it was a unanimous vote, which in itself is positive. Fed buying of bonds is going to continue, so we still have $8 billion of fresh cash coming into this market every day. One of you guys actually sent me a email with an article. You recall in the last video I mentioned that crazy as it sounds, we're going to start seeing this government muni bond money start to flow into stocks, because really stocks are the only safe haven out there right now. Crazy to say it. I mean, commodities are still continue to get hammered. Gold's in a massive bubble. Funds don't want to be invested in government debt right now, and there's really only one place left, the stock market. Fund flow information last 2 weeks was the first 2 weeks in a row that we've seen positive inflows into stock funds since May of last year, or actually May of 2009. So we're going on a year and a half. First time we've had two positive months in a row, and that's coincided with a drawdown again in muni bond funds and overseas funds. The money is starting to flow back to the U.S., and we're seeing it reflected in the market. You'll recall my little rant in the Tuesday night video about how stupid the shorts were, and look, they've been covering left and right over the last couple of days. Anyway, let's get into the stock charts here. We're looking at the 15-minute chart on the Dow. And you can see, we're well above support levels, the uptrend line, and we've got a little flag formation here. Are we going to break to the upside tomorrow? If we do, it's going to be without the help of Microsoft and Amazon, who both posted really good earnings reports, but the street was again disappointed like they always are. Amazon missed their number. They had $13 billion in sales, and they missed their number by 30 million. Stock down, $8-9 in after hours. Although it probably wouldn't have mattered what Amazon posted in after hours. The stock always sells off and then runs to new highs a couple of weeks later. So looking at the major indices, we had an update yesterday with the Fed meeting. We had an update today. Looking a lot like December, and usually when we've got a couple of positive updates after a Fed meeting, we usually have at least one big update, so perhaps we're going to have that tomorrow. We got a close, or we didn't get the close, but we got a push above 1,300 on the S&P, 12K on the Dow before that little dip into the close. Now, we saw a nice little pop late in the day in the market, and the reason for that was Microsoft's earnings got released a little bit earlier, and the stock popped, and then they hammered both of them down, and that's where we are. Looking at the 15-minute chart, as I said, we've got a nice little flag formation here. MACD positive cross, looking good for tomorrow morning. Dow daily chart, see these couple of candles we have up here on the 12K area? Ordinarily, that would cause us to be a little bit cautious, but this little candle formation we've seen before, we've seen a couple of times back in the October rally. We had it happen in mid-October, and then we had it happen again in late October, and it corresponded with a nice little upside move on day 3. So let's see if my theory on the Fed and a big update coming tomorrow or Monday at the latest is going to come to fruition. We continue to be overbought on the major indices, but we're well above trend lines. Those shorts, let's not even get into that. We've wasted enough time on those morons in the video on Tuesday. SMH broke out today, 35.27 the high. You'll recall on my January 2nd predictions for the market this year, I called $35 as our first target on the SMH. Hit nicely today. What's that? A $2, 8% gain in the last month. Next target, SMH, is 37, looking really good. And as you can see here on the chart on this circle, The volume is back, and that is what I said we needed to see. The volume is starting to come back into the SMH. Here come the funds. Yeehaw. US dollar has done exactly what we wanted to. Slow bleed here, which is definitely market positive. And actually, I think this is the first FOMC meeting in a few meetings that we've not seen the dollar pop on FOMC day or the day after the FOMC meeting. So, hey, maybe we're going to get that pushed down to the lows, and that'll be our fuel for a little bit more upside in the market. Let's jump into stock plays, however. Bounce, bounce, bounce has been the theme over the last couple of days, and boy, have there been some nice bounces. SPEX, this is a biotech stock. A couple of weeks ago was trading up there in the ones, had a big run. Then it started selling off, and then they announced financing news. So this right here was the run-up. This right here was the financiers going, hey, let's give you some money, SPEX, as they short the crap out of it on the other hand. This is when the news becomes true. Everyone jumps out. Stock makes a double bottom. We're looking for a bounce back to the 20-day exponential. That is up there at 68 cents. We've got the 50-day up there at 67 cents. This is a stock loves bouncing back to its 20-day exponential. Chart looks really good. Bios are doing really well. And, you know, biotech stocks that have done financing have done very well lately. Look at ACAD. These guys announced financing at $1.25 a week or so ago, and here it is at $1.80. So bios getting financing are seeing some fat little pops here, and we're looking for a nice little bounce back in this stock. Remember, we are buying bouncer stocks right now because that is what is working out great. PRKR, 75 cents on Monday. How can we not pick this one up back down at the 55, 56, 57 cent area for a snapback bounce up there to 64, 65? RSI holding the 50 level. I just like this stock. It's holding its uptrend line. Bounce, baby. That's all we're looking for. Quick note on bouncers. Check out GSAT. End of the world 2 days ago at $1.15. All the way back up at $1.40. Almost as if nothing happened in the last 2 days. And that is what we're seeing in the market. The sell-off where I had us go all cash, exactly what we want to see. Whenever we see big sell-offs in small caps and the markets hold up, always a buying opportunity. Just a matter of waiting for the bounce to happen. Russell was down 4% at one point today, bouncing back nicely, and that's why we're going in and grabbing these stocks that have been hammered. Now, a new trading alert today, WEBM, Web Media Brands. In case you had your head in the sand, the Facebook IPO chatter has just been, off the hook over the last couple of weeks, even though the IPO was way, way out there. But social media stocks have been doing very, very well. QPSA, quepasa.com. Look at this fat little breakout on this one today. This company, just like WEMB or WEBM, has $4 million in revenue, $250 million market cap. Here we've got WEBM, twice the revenue, quarter of the market cap. Nice little setup. Ran huge in December on the Facebook hype. Nice little retrace here. Fat little bounce back. First target, 175. Got as high as $1.65 today. Stops on this one now would be break even, $1.40, add on dips, $1.45 area, but very nice chart setup, retraced on really low volume, and then volume come in on the bounce back, which is exactly what we want to see. Stochastics triggering a buy here. ADX very, very strong, and just looks really good. Nice bounce off the 50 on RSI. This is a play or a stock that's probably going to be in play for a long time. And they also have a $2 million share buyback program, which is very, very nice. CNLG, this one, they had news a few days ago. The shareholders approved a reverse split of the stock when it's needed. CNLG does not have to do that reverse split until August. It is January. Lots of months between then and when it has to be done, and lots can happen then. Bounce off the uptrend line. We've got stops at 35 cents. First target, let's see if we can get 45 cents. This one Nice little sell-off play. Looking for a bounce. All the indicators oversold and looking really, really good. Macworld starts today. Don't forget WZE. This is our little play on Macworld. Breakout 28 cents. Would be looking to add this one. 27, 28 cents. Target breakout 28 cents. We're looking at 32, 36, 44. And, not many penny plays as a play into Macworld. And these guys are a big player in the iPhone, iPad apps market. Nice cup and handle formation. After that financing came out, we retraced right back to the handle on the cup and handle. Time for round two, I think. How about you guys? NURO, what can I say? Cash-rich biotech stock that we're getting for a 30% discount from its cash value. Seems a no-brainer here. 65-cent plus target. Stops 50 cents on this one. Would be looking to add it. Any dips 57 under and just wait for the biotech traders to move into it. This is biotech season next couple of months. So, one by one, biotechs are going on a big pop. And I love cash-rich biotech stocks. JSDA. This was a bouncer stock we jumped into in the chat room yesterday. Fat little bounce on it today to $1.50. This is a stock that when it gets rolling, likes to roll for a few days. Broke through that 150 level. We could see a move up there to the 160s tomorrow. RSI bounced off 50. Buy volume come in today. And, ADX remains very, very strong. And I think we're going to be very happy with this one over the next couple of days. And any dips back down under $1.45 would be looking to accumulate. Biotech stocks. Actually, let's start off with ALXA. This is one I jumped into it in the chat room yesterday at $1.32. Unfortunately, the stock spiked. Most of you guys weren't able to get into it, but we had another breakout on the stock today at $1.40, so we loaded the boat on it. Traded as high as, whoa, how high did we get today on this one? $1.50. No resistance on this chart. As you can see, major breakout at $1.40. We had that big pop there a month ago, and then they come out and did financing. The financing shares have been done. Actually, no, it wasn't financing on this one. They actually came out with what I read as positive data. They're going to resubmit their drug to the FDA in July, but those traders who jumped in here, read the news, didn't like it, sold. Stock still looks good. They're probably chasing back into it. This is a stock, really, that if it gets the right sort of volume on a break of 160, there is new resistance, none. This one, with the right news and right momentum, could make a run at that 200-day moving average up there. Very strong support at the 20-day exponential, so even if it dips, I would be looking to pick up some, but I think the 140 level is going to hold, and we're going to see this one push to new highs tomorrow. RSI, fat bounce off the 50 level. Stochastics, love seeing stochastics bounce off 20, and just a very nice beaten down biotech stock that should do very well for us over the next couple of days. ANDS, nice little flag. We got a nice breakout on this one yesterday. It actually was looking really good today, 139, but we had some sellers come into it. Volume was pretty low and it dipped back down. This is one where we could see that pop, dip, pop scenario, and we're about to get a positive MACD cross here. If not tomorrow, probably on Monday, and that should lead or help with that next move up there to the 150s. Stops on this one, $1.29, $1.30, depending on your tolerances. But chart looks really nice here, and I think we're in store for some nice upside move. NEI. I know this is frustrating for some of you guys. In the chat room, I called this one perfect yesterday. I said I was expecting revenue of $1 million plus, or EPS of $1 million plus. The guidance was 100K to 700K. Like I mentioned, EMC beaten up their guidance, and NEI gets 59% of the revenues for EMC. So the EMC report was good for NEI. We actually got a nice little pop on this one to 228, and then the sellers come in again. Hopefully we're not seeing a replay of what happened back at the last earnings report. I'm thinking it's going to hold this 8-day and 20-day exponential, and even if it dips further, awesome. This is a stock that will trade in the threes this year. It's just a matter of how long it takes for it to do that. Let's look at the 1-year chart. This stock will be back up here. Just a matter of being patient. If they dip it down and give us an opportunity to add some more, sweet. You know, we're in this one small. We wrote it small into earnings. If they dip, perfect opportunity for us. So that's it for the video tonight. If you've got any questions, shoot me an email or hit me up in the chat room tomorrow, and I will see you guys in there tomorrow. Good night.